fucking like this because we're going to be having a serious conversation. I have a big announcement. Big announcement. Are you ready for this big announcement? It is Friday. It is 7:50 p.m. on the East Coast. 7:50 p.m. That means in 10 minutes it'll be 8. An hour later after that it'll be 9. Let me tell you what happens at 9 o'clock. At 9 o'clock, there's this excellent show, Danger Zone, right? With this guy, Dane. Okay, he also has a partner. It's a very, very unexpected duo. You would never expect this duo to be providing such a good and great and excellent Jets content show. But this duo consists of Dane O. That's what we used to call him, Dane O. Dane O, you'd never suspect this. Kissimo, Pissimo Beach, whatever it is in Oregon, in the middle of nowhere, there's this guy, Dano, right? Ginger. And when I say ginger, it's not an insult. That is the way we express redhead, freckles, and the whole thing. They typically get teased as kids, so let's give the guy some love. He somehow was a Jet fan. I think he used to live on the East Coast. I'm not really sure about the backstory about how he's a Jet fan, but he's a Jet fan. And even though you probably wouldn't expect it, maybe you would expect it. He's a construction worker. He's a man's man. Not like that guy Tyson Matting, if you ever seen him. Not that. A man's man. Not soft and sensitive and you blocked me for being a troll. No, this is a real man. A real man. But Tyson, I'm sorry, man. I really want to help you. So I don't want to. I've changed. I've turned a new leaf. We're gonna get you help for whatever trauma you've suffered in your life, whoever hurt you, whoever's harmed you. We can help you. We can help you. We can help remove all that hate from your system, and you're so hateful, and that horrible feeling of hate that's inside you that makes you go around attacking people you don't even know. We can help you. Grandizer 12 is in the chat. Sith happens. All of us can help you, Tyson. You can tell us whatever's happened to you in your life that's made you so angry, that's made you someone that would go on to a public site and attack another human being. I really want to help these trolls instead of just calling them trolls. I mean, it's being a troll, but there's a reason. Like, what would make Tyson such a troll to attack another human being? There's got to be something. There's got to be something that happened to him in his life that he's taking that anger on the inside that he can't address. He doesn't know how to deal with it and cope with it. And he takes it out on another person. By the way, I'm going to do a Jets Chaos therapy channel. And I would love it if Tyson Matting would be my first client on, YouTube clients on the Jets Chaos therapy channel. So we can kind of analyze what happened in your childhood, what's going on in your life that made you the way you are. So anyway, the partner of Dano, the partner of this channel, of this show that I'm going to be on in an hour and 7 minutes, this incredible show in the Danger Zone. The partner is another unsuspecting Jet fan. When you look at Jet fans on TV videos in the crowd, you usually hear them talking like this. Hey, New York Jets, 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 right? What you don't hear them saying is, y'all got to ring them up. You got to throw that ball downfield, and you got to go out and get some barbecue and celebrate, right? That's not what, and you got to drink your light beer. Forget all this craft nonsense and all those IPAs, Coors Light, Bud Light. You know what I'm talking about, okay? All of a sudden, you got that. And that's the partner. I call him Murphy. Murphy, like Eddie Murphy's brother. Hello, Murphy. Security. Anyway, that's a whole bit from somebody else. But Dan Murphy, an awesome guy from the South. But again, you wouldn't expect this combination. But yet the two of them have this incredible channel where they talk Jets. And I have been honored. I've been bestowed the opportunity to join the DZ zone. Or the zone is Z, so the DZ. To join the DC, the DZ. and share, and share. So if you see this message on time, if you're coming in, I'm not going to talk that much about the Jets. I got to save it. I got to save it for this show. It's 9 o'clock Eastern. It's a little over an hour. Just look up Danger Zone, but you got to spell danger as Daynger zone. If you look in the chat, you'll see posts from him. He's a big supporter of my channel, and I'm a big supporter of his channel. As a matter of fact, I don't really care about my channel so much anymore. I prefer to be on his channel. And if there was a way I can transfer my subscribers over to him, I would. But I can't. And it's like a prison sentence. I got to keep this channel alive. What would happen if I just disappeared? Sith Happens would not like that. Sith Happens is a Southerner too. I love that we have Southern Jet fans. You need some Southerners, man. You need some Southerners because like there's some toughness. Like Jack Daniels band, Devil Came Down to Georgia, and In America. You can go lay your hands on a New York Jets fan, and I think you're finally gonna understand. You gotta have some Southern, some Southernness. These are strong people, badass. So you know what I mean? And down in the South, they didn't have the Panthers for so long. They were an expansion team. So back when we were kids, I guess some Southerners decided I'm going to root for them damn Yankees up north, those New York Jets, and because they were from New York team, and they called us goddamn Well, actually, you were a Yankee if you were someone they liked right off the bat, and you were just there passing through. You were a damn Yankee if you moved there in the South. Then you were a damn Yankee. You were a goddamn Yankee if you moved south and married a Southern girl. Then you were a goddamn Yankee. Am I right, Sith Happens? Am I right? So anyway, I'm going to be on this show in an hour and 4 minutes. By the way, my brother is a goddamn Yankee. He moved down to North Carolina, and he met a Southern girl, born and raised, or raised since she was very little, in North Carolina, and he married her, and he earned the name Goddamn Yankee. And he happens to be a Yankee fan. A fan of a New York team in the South, but the Civil War. The Civil War was a long time ago, right? As the Charlie Daniels band also said, we may have done a little bit of fighting amongst ourselves, but you outside people best leave us alone. We got to bring that song back. America is too divided. There's too much anger at each other. There's too much divide. Guys like Tyson Matting taking their issues out on people that they don't even know. Look, we got to cure that. We got to help these people. Maybe if we brought back the Charlie Daniels band and we started playing In America, we could bring back that patriotism, and everyone will forget about all the differences, and everybody will love each other and be friends again. Devontae Smith says I'm a cone head. I've never heard that before. I've heard bald head, shiny head. I guess I'm also a cone head. Can you put ice cream on my head and have ice cream on a big cone? I heard cones taste delicious. Anyway, the Billy SBC's in the house, and he's asking a lot of questions. We do have a version of the South in the Northeast. Like in New Jersey, if you go to southern New Jersey, there are farms, and people walk around in suspenders and everything, and they go to the chicken coops. So they're kind of like Southerners. They're New Jersey Southerners. So, Grandizer is asking, how are you brothers, Jeremy? Remember the Brooklyn Brothers review? Look, the Brooklyn Brothers review is still going strong. There's been a review recently. My brother Lee ate worms in Iceland, mealworms or something like that. Or he came home and ate them. I don't know the story. I don't know how he got them. I don't know why he would do that. I would never eat mealworms. I'm saying that right now. You could not pay me enough to eat them. But you know what? That's why it's good to have three brothers, because our channel should not discriminate. We want to try all different kinds of food and review them. So it's nice that I have a brother that's willing to eat worms, right? I have another brother who's willing to eat any hot sauce on his eggs every morning, every day. And I'm the guy who, I get an In-N-Out burger. I compare Big Macs to Chicken Macs. You know what I mean? I'll go to freaking Del Taco and tell you East Coasters who never had Del Taco how it compares to Taco Bell. That's my role. That's what I do. Ate the worms and not in tequila, maybe in some type of alcohol. No, Grandizer, he just ate mealworms. They were dry and in a bowl. In some weird culture, they actually eat that. And he didn't throw up. I would throw up. I would throw up and vomit all over the place if if I wouldn't eat them, but if somebody tricked me into eating them, I'd be like, huh. Terrence Jones calls me conehead, and now I'm suspicious. I think it's the same person. I think it might be a person that lives in Long Island that used to play high school football, who used to ask people if they wanted cheese ravioli or to cook them soup. That's what I think. That's just my opinion. Jeremy, what is your take on Green Bean Jets fans' sexy grok AI that is a riot? Only saw a little piece of it. I don't get to watch. Oh, you're in Compton. That's kind of cool. K- Right out of Compton. Uh, Fuck the police. Um, I I'm in Sacramento, so we're not far. At least we're in the same time zone. Um, Jeremy, what is your take on Green? Okay, so I forgot what I was going to say. My take on it is I barely got to see it. I think I saw a little piece or something. I'm having trouble remembering it. I'm just like so freaking exhausted, man. I've been like, I work 4 10s. Like, in other words, I work 4 days a week, but I cram in the full time hours. So I'm seeing like about 30 clients, 30 clients in 4 days, squished in 4 days, and it's freaking exhausting. So, today's my recovery day. Friday's my recovery day. And I love it. I love the work, but it's really exhausting, and I don't get to watch much content anymore. The one break I get during the week to do Jets content is on Wednesdays at 3 p.m. Eastern. Matt O'Leary and I talk Jets for an hour. And then every once in a while on Friday, I get an invitation from a really good friend. I'm really, I'm serious. Like I've made really good friends online. Um, and I'm been fortunate enough to make this friend Dane, and he's a cool dude, and we're an unlikely match. I'm this therapist, and he's a construction worker, and I'm a Jew, and he's definitely not a Jew. And he has a beard and wears a hard hat and all does manly things, and I definitely don't do any of that. I cook, but um, but what can I tell you? I mean, it's just we love each other. It's like a love affair. My niece is here. Love you, honey. Good to see you. Sweet girl, the best. She's an amazing performer, great musician, great singer, great everything. Um, mm, Proud uncle here. Proud uncle. Russell Scarf is here. Not. I was talking about you, Terrence Jones. Now you're turning into a troll again. I don't understand. First you're being cool, and then you're being a troll. I don't get it. I don't. I'm not in therapy like as the client, Terrence. I'm the therapist, but that's not that I'd be ashamed of being a client, because I think everyone should get therapy. Like, I do. I know that there's this stereotype or this bias that there's something wrong with you if you get therapy, but it's really not true. We live in a crazy world. We're all under crazy amounts of pressure. There is nothing wrong with talking to somebody for an hour every week. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. As a matter of fact, most people, not everybody says they're in therapy because of the stigma, but most people will tell you that are in therapy, if they're willing to talk about it, that they really like it. Like, and it's very rare, extremely rare, that someone will say it was a negative. Like, there might be a portion of people say it did nothing. You might have a tiny bit of people that said, a tiniest amount of people that said it was negative, and then you have a lot of people who said it really helped, and it was nice to have. So yeah, I wouldn't. I don't think it's an insult. And I don't think it's, you should be sorry if somebody needs therapy. And I do want to provide therapy for Jet fans, because we have all been traumatized. Wait, Wild Wave is here. Don't want to miss you, buddy. You're the best. Sith says he saw a therapist for years. They're great, man. They're great. It's a great thing. It's a great thing to have a therapist. It's such a cool thing. You could tell them everything. It's confidential. You can get it. Like, it's just so good. Uh, Jeremy, what's the news? The news is that I'm going in. Now it's down to 56 minutes. In 56 minutes, I'm going to be in the danger zone, spelled NGER zone. I'm going to be in there. I do not use ink plots. I'm not that okay, so I'm not that kind of therapist, man. I don't do the book stuff. The this, the that, the scales, the this. I don't do that. I mean, I have knowledge of them. I had to study them and all that stuff. My style is, I'm a talk therapist. You know what I mean? It's like my strength is I attunement. That's what I was told by coaches. They said, "Wow, great attunement." It's the new word. It's the buzzword. Apparently, I connect to people. Apparently, that might have something to do with why, I'm able to do a YouTube channel and get subscribers and have people invite me on their show because I'm able to attune. Unfortunately, Tyson Manning didn't think I was able to attune to him. But sometimes you don't attune to people who are angry. They don't like when other people are happy, so they attack them. And that's why I'm putting this offer out there. Tyson, I can help you. We can talk, whatever it is that happened to you. Whatever it is that happened to you. You mentioned the word soft, which means a lot of times that's countertransference because you're doubting your manhood. So if that's what it is, I can help you with that. We can track down the causes of it. Happy to do it. Wild Wave says, I want to ask you something later on Discord. Okay. Wild Wave, don't you have my email? You have a million ways to contact me, but you want to ask me something more on Discord, like private message? Wild Wave, you're the best. You're an amazing supporter. You can contact me anytime. I'm happy to talk to you. Happy to answer any question you have. Ask me something. Todd says howdy. What's up, Todd? That's another guy who's been supporting my channel forever. Track down the causes of that bald. I don't understand. How is baldness still a big deal for people? Like, I don't understand how that's an issue for people. There's so many bald people. There's people who become bald on purpose. I don't know how people are still living in a world where they think there's anything to make fun of or poke at or point at. Like, you've never seen a bald person before. There's so many bald people. I have no idea what the problem is with, I had no idea it was a thing even that people cared anymore about baldness. I mean, like, who cares? Yes, I'm bald, no hair. Yes. Still flesh and blood, my friend. Still like you, still the same parts on the inside, still eats food, still showers, still cooks food. I brought up food again. All the things you do, talk and everything like that. I just don't have hair on my head. It's actually kind of nice. When I get out of the shower, I get to just pat my head and I'm ready to go. I don't got to deal with styling my hair. I don't got to dry my hair. I don't got to do any of that. And my niece, as long as I have my niece in this world loving me, no, I'm untouchable. So, and I see she's saying I'm awesome and I'm always look great. So, oh, okay, I'm sorry. It's not even be sorry. It's like, it doesn't, it's okay. It doesn't even offend me. I have kids that point it out. Like, I have kids that say, why are you bald? And it's like, it doesn't hurt my feelings. You know, I just, if I mean, I guess if somebody said, the truth is, HHIC. Hold on. The truth is capital H dot capital capital I dot capital C. That I hated my hair. I had like naturally curly, wild hair, and I hated it. Like, I totally hated it. So I don't think I don't miss it as much as most people would miss their hair because I never liked my hair. Like, when I got to show old pictures of me. Like, it was like, think Robin Williams. Remember when he was Mork from Mork? That was me. And it's kind of shocking because everybody here knows me as like a bald guy. So when I show pictures as a kid, it's not what like, it's not like I had this thinning hair that you could tell, oh, that guy's going to be bald someday. No, I had so much hair. It was wild and curly. It was crazy. It was more curly and more crazy than Green Beans or Frankie from Flatbush. Crazier than all that. It was a wild head of hair. And my oldest brother had an afro. I'm like really legitimately in the 70s when we was 13, 12 years old. He walked around in the 70s with an afro. And kind of like I'm totally serious, but mine wasn't like that. It was worse because it was kind of like in the middle. So that's the worst. It wasn't completely curly, but it was also so it was like basically you try to be a normal person and comb your hair, but it was like always messy. And my sixth grade teacher used to make fun of me over it. My sixth grade teacher used to make fun of me, comb your hair, this and that. I wish and she liked me and I liked her. So I'm not like, I wouldn't want to find her and give her a hard time about it now. But she's lucky I liked her. Otherwise, I would. I'd hunt her down. I'd say, remember, you used to tease me for my hair. Um, Jay says, my wife likes my bald head. That's all that matters. Yeah, I mean, when I met her, I was bald, so it's not like she got stuck. So it is true that it's all that. When you're married, that's really all that matters, isn't it? I mean, you could argue, you could say, yeah, but you have a YouTube channel. So, some people would say if you're trying to do a channel where you're getting subscribers, you want to, what you look like might matter. But I don't think it really matters, though. I think younger people, I don't know, like, I don't think it really matters. I think that Michael Jordan really helped with that. Like Michael Jordan, man. Like he was, be like Mike. And then Captain Picard. The line must be drawn and it must stop here. That's him when he was in the ship being taken over by the Borg, right? Everybody else said, we got to abandon the ship. It's like 80, 90% Borg. We got to abandon the ship. We got to go on to the planet Earth. We got to blow it up so we kill all the Borg. And we got to go on to the planets, even though we're back in time in 19, in whatever, 2000, 2100 or year 2100, whatever it was. We've got to go on to the planet. We've got to find a place to live. And Picard said, no, no. Every time the Borg comes forward, we step back. A line must be drawn and it must stop here. See, it was a bald guy who said that. Make it so. And then Danger brings up Kojak. I loved Kojak. And even before I was bald, I remember Kojak. I loved him because he was always eating a lollipop. And I loved candy. So Sith is saying, not Star Trek, laughing out loud. You just want Star Wars imitations. Like, Sith would be happy if all I did all day long was say, it was I who allowed your friends on the planet Moonstar. I have my best fleet awaiting them. I'm afraid we are quite safe from your friends here, young Skywalker. I'm afraid the force fields will be quite operational when your friends arrive. That was my favorite character, man. Good. I feel your hatred. Strike me down with your weapon, and your journey to the dark side will be complete, young Skywalker. And then they showed like the origin that he was always like that, even when he was Senator Palpatine. We'll be watching your career quite closely, young Skywalker. It was I who allowed your friends on the planet Moonstar. Everything has happened as I've foreseen. He was so good that they brought him back. They couldn't just bring in a new enemy for those last three movies. They couldn't. He was so good, they brought him back. They had to bring Palpatine back because that's how great that character was. I am all the Sith. I can't do whatever her name was, but she said, it's but I'll do it like if I was Ben Kenobi. I'm all the Jedi. And boom. I love, 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 love Star Wars. He did manipulate the galaxy. He did, but in the end, he lost. Remember Luke? He was being such a baby about it. He was being such a Tyson Madding about it. He was being like, and the Jedi's lost, so we should burn all the books because we lost and it never worked out. Well, it didn't. They didn't lose. Eventually, they won. It just took time. When you look at Earth and you look at the last 3,000 years of our history, there was a lot of war and it took a lot of time. I mean, there's still war, but it took a lot of time it used to be really pretty bad, right? I mean, it was pretty bad. But then someone said something very smart and intelligent to me. They said, we look at history and we fill in the long gaps. So we think about it as if there was always war because there was so many wars between England and France, and then the ancient times with Rome, and then the Athens and Greek, Athens versus Sparta, whatever it was. But what we don't realize is we're shrinking the gaps. There may have been Lots of years in between where, the golden age, there was the golden era. There's like plenty of times where there wasn't war. Like, but we only in history we look at it as war after war, but we're jumping ahead, to this time, this time. There may have been lots of years where there wasn't war, but there was dissonance, there was plague, no medicine, no painkillers. Mm. These are not the droids you're looking for. Okay, hold on. Grandizer. Jeremy, do you like Robin Williams as Mork? I never got into it in the 70s. It was there recently. I saw a mini marathon on Antenna TV, and it must have been funny episode. It was pretty good. I freaking love Robin Williams, and I will admit, especially when I was a kid. When I was a kid, 90% of his material went over my head. Now I think I got up to understanding 50% of his material because he was so fast and so sharp and so quick. Man, you could watch him back, even in Aladdin. You could watch that movie back 10 times and still find new things that he said as the genie that you never noticed before because he was so fast. He was the sharpest comedian to ever live, I think. I mean, he was just so fast. I mean, he wasn't only one of the greatest comedians; he was also probably the best improviser to ever live, and he was a freaking Oscar-winning actor, right? I mean, he's Dead Poet Society, Goodwill Hunting, like I mean, like Moscow on the Hudson. Like he was an amazing actor. He was the greatest improv guy alive. There's nobody was quicker and faster than him, and he was a great stand-up comedian. He may have been the most talented human being alive. I don't know in that world of art. I don't know who could even touch him. He was so advanced as a comedian that we couldn't. A lot of people didn't like him because they couldn't get his jokes or they couldn't keep up with him. They couldn't process fast enough. He was just amazing. So yeah, I was a big fan of his. I loved him as an actor, man. I loved it. Dead Poet Society, great movie. Goodwill Hunting, great movie. I'm forgetting some even. There was more than that. I mean, the movies he did. Yeah, Mrs. Doubtfire. He was great in Mrs. Doubtfire. Um, what was the other one, man? There was another one that was so good. Well, the Doctor, Patch Adams. He was so good, man. He was so good. But Goodwill Hunting, when he had that scene with Matt Damon and they're sitting on that bench, oh my God. Already told the story about the boss, how he met his wife, and he didn't go into Fenway Park, and he told the story about the home run. How real was that? A lot of that was improvised when the whole speech or a lot of the speech with Matt Damon when they're sitting on that bench, complete improvised. Like he threw the script away and he just did that. It's just amazing. He was brilliant. Brilliant. I mean, just so brilliant because it wasn't just that he came up with that dialogue, it was such powerful dialogue. It was so deep. Um, yeah, that's right, Grandizer. I agree. That movie had so much depth. So much depth. So deep. Imagine me how much I like it now as a therapist. Like it was so so deep. Now, I will say that the character um that Matt Damon was playing still he wasn't healed. Like it wasn't done. He still needed a lot of trauma therapy because they never he got him to admit it. He got him to connect the problems of his life and he got him to really identify where the pain was, right? And how it was creating this attachment disorder, right? That's why he was blowing up his relationship with the girl, right? He had an attachment disorder. Um but but he still hasn't processed all that trauma. So like I wish that show would have said like when he's driving off like if he would have made a note also in the letter that says by the way I'll continue therapy and I'll get trauma therapy because I don't want people shouldn't be led to believe that it's just that simple and then you're better. You have to process trauma and it takes a while and it's a lot of hard work, but it's very possible. And you can get better. Do you think I know what it was like for you because I read Oliver Twist? That was the best line. The best line. It was such a great line. It was such a great line. It really was. He goes, and he goes, but you never smelled when you were looking whatever that famous place is that I was at, and I'm forgetting, with the paintings on the wall. I was there, and I'm not knowing the name, but like, yeah, that was just a great dialogue. That was one of the greatest monologues ever. Jeremy, I walk in, ask you, did you read all those books? How about those books? Oh, you read that Howard Zinn book too? Yeah, I like that. He goes, books. You read that book? You read that book too? Oh, you read my book? You're the one who read my book. Hmm. uh, yeah, hunting Howard Zinn and Norm Chomsky. Yeah, man. We're talking movies. In 40 minutes, we'll be talking Jets. I promise. Anybody tuning in, you say, how come he's not talking about the Jets? Danger Zone. I'll be on the Danger Zone at 6 o'clock, 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern. I'll be on Danger Zone talking Jets with the great Dan Murphy, who used to be a big supporter of my channel, but since he became a big time content provider, doesn't watch the channel anymore. But I got to admit that happened to me too. Like I used to watch a lot of channels and stopped once I became a big time content provider. It's funny how look, this is not me. I'm just joking, but there are some content providers that walk around like they really think they're big shots. Like I've seen it. Like I've been in. There's one I don't want to mention him. There's a young guy. He's a Jets YouTube content provider. Not someone I ever stream with, and he honestly thinks he's like the greatest thing in the world. He doesn't say hello to other content providers. You have to be big enough. He'll only acknowledge you if you have a certain amount of subscribers. Let's not guess who. I'm just saying. And I used to try to be friendly with him, and I said, you know what? He's a kid. Like not Connor. I love Connor. I stream with him, so you know I'm not talking about Connor. He's older than that, but uh he's really good at what he does, and I'm sorry that it just got to his head, and he just thinks he's this. He thinks he's better than other people. I don't know. Me and Danger Zone, I think the reason we hit it off is that one of the things that we're very well aware of is we're just talking to our computer. Like we don't think we're better than anyone. We really don't. Um, that's why it's so weird for me when I'm hanging out when we go to the games in the tailgate with Green Bean and I'm with Ryan and Matt, and there are some people who say, "Hey, can I take your picture with you, like a selfie?" They're like asking me. It's so weird because I'm like, dude, I'm just here at the game. Let's hang out and talk. Like I'm just, it's like really, we're just talking to a computer, man. That's like, give me a break. And that's why I get along with Matt and Ryan and Green Bean because they're the same way. It's like Green Bean's just Green Bean. He's like when you meet him in person, he's just a guy. He doesn't think he's higher than anybody else or he's better than anybody else. He's just a dude. You know what I mean? So that's all he is. Sith happens says, "Bro, I'd love to hang out with you." Well, Sith, do you live in North Carolina? You said Florida. I mean, if I'm ever in any area near you, like, yeah, man, we'll totally go and get a drink or something. Chill. Uh, yeah, that was powerful, Billy. That was a powerful moment. I don't know if I would ever do it like that. Like that, I don't know if but I'm not saying it wasn't real and it couldn't have been another therapist style. A lot of people say, is that realistic? Like would a therapist do that? That would happen. And I could tell you all, in any depiction of a therapist, whether you see it on a reality show and it really is like couples therapy on Netflix, or whether it's just a show about therapy, anybody like no therapist is qualified to tell you that's not realistic or that's not real because every therapist is completely different and every client is different. I have sessions with one client that look 100% different than with another client. There are sessions where I'm like me, the Jeremy you know, and we joke around, and that's just how I connect with that client. Like most of the men, like my 40-year-old clients, like anyone from 30 to 45, male clients, I have a bunch. Um, mostly I connect with them by being this, right? But they're, then you're not going to do that with a kid. I got, a 15-year-old that's dealing with some crazy stuff. I'm not going to be this Jeremy. I'm going to be more, like so the interaction, the style, the modality changes. So there's no, oh, is this real or not, or this realistic? Any depicted session of therapy could be considered realistic or not realistic based on who the therapist is. Danger, you will do a food review with me. I promise. One day. I told my wife already. I owe her a trip to Southern Cal. It's like Santa Barbara. But I told her that I want to do a trip to Oregon, to the shore. Like I want to go in that direction. I want to explore Oregon. I want to drive up north, to California. And I want to cross the state line and not go to like the 5 to Portland. I mean, like go to the shoreline. Um, so we will. Like I mean that. Like I totally plan it. I mean it. Sith, you're in North Carolina. Are you near Raleigh Durham? Are you anywhere in the Raleigh Durham area? I guess is the big question. It'd be suck if you say you're in Charlotte because I was in Charlotte already. Not that I won't be back, but I don't go to Charlotte as much. But I do. My nephew's there. I do go there. Um, so yeah, we will definitely do a food review, Dado. There's no question about it. Uh, Slowly support the shout. Chris, man, Chris B. He used to be CB Jets fan. Now he's just Chris B with CB Jets fan in parentheses. Dude, you're awesome. You're such a good guy, man. I don't deserve to have a follower like you coming in and saying all these nice things all the time. Uh, you're less than an hour from Raleigh. Well, Sith happens. I will be in Raleigh, Durham on September. I fly in on September 13th. I might land on the 14th. I land on a Friday morning. So either that's the 13th or the 14th of September. Not September. What am I saying? November. November 13th is my flight. I think I land on the morning of of November 14th. And I'm hanging out from that Friday to the following Friday, which is like the 21st. And then I have to fly up to New York to go to Matt O'Leary's wedding. So, yes, Leah, my niece, I am coming back November 13th. I'm flying back. I'll be back Friday morning, and I can't stay for Thanksgiving, but I will be staying from Friday to Friday. And so I'll be leaving the Friday before Thanksgiving because I got a wedding in New York, and I'm going to go to that wedding. Then I'm going to fly back to Sacramento. And Sith, if you want to come out and hang out or whatever, there's whether it's in Raleigh or come out, if maybe it's closer, I don't know where you live, but if you want to come to the Cary Apex area, come out. I don't know if you're a fan of Watsuke, but if you're a fan of Watsuke, I can invite him. You can hang out with him too. He's always down to hang out. He lives in the area, and then a lot of times I go. Knobcraft is there. You know Knobcraft, so he's Gorilla. Sometimes he has different names. So he's around sometimes. So there's a few of us. There's a couple of guys there. So yeah, I'll let you know, Seth. I'd love to get together. Like I don't know if you drink. I'm not like an alcoholic or anything, but I like to go to a brewery and get a beer. So and that kind of thing. Or always down to go to a good food type place and grab some good food. Tony Alexio is here. Man, you know what I love about Tony Alexio? He makes sure that my name will never die. I could be gone for 2 months, not stream on anyone's channel, and I find out from people. I'll get a call from Green Bean, or I'll get a text from Frankie from Flatbush or something, and it'll say, "Man, that guy Tony Alexio loves you too." Because he's just randomly in chats that I have nothing to do with in other people's shows saying we want the chaos package. And I love that. Uh your niece is sick right now. I'm sorry, sweetie. I'll be healthy when you come to know. Of course, you better be healthy. It's going to be a month. I know why you're sick, and usually that lasts what, a day and a half. You'll be fine. I know you'll feel better. Don't worry about it. I get sick too. Whenever I know exactly what's going on. It makes me sick also. You'll be fine. And yeah, we're gonna hang out. I want to go back to. I got to go back to that hot dog place, man. There's a guy in Apex in North Carolina or Holly Springs who basically does the old style New York soubrette hot dog with everything. And you can't even get that in the hot dog stands in New York. 90% of the hot dog stands in New York are fake. They're not soubrette. They're terrible. And the problem is the 10% that might still exist because Sabret's still in business and they're still a company. I don't know where they are. There's no way to know because they all use the Sabret umbrellas. So there's no way to know if it's really Sabret or not. It's a big pain in the ass. Yeah, she's saying Holly Springs. My nephew works in Holly Springs, so we have an excuse to go there. We pick him up, we drop him off, those kind of things. So there's that's why it's a good excuse to go there and get a hot dog. And of course, like everybody else, my whole life, wherever we go, wherever my brothers go, We always end up getting hooked up. The people because we expect, not even before we did reviews. My whole life, for some reason, people love to hook me up with food. So, but this guy, as soon as he said, "This is my brother Jeremy," got a hot dog, got the normal one with the works, red onions, sauerkraut, mustard, red onion, sauerkraut, and was eating the hot dog. Was almost done. We're sitting at this little picnic table because he's like kind of outdoor. Suddenly, he comes walking over and just hands me a free hot dog and goes, "Try this one." And it was like a Southern style sabret hot dog. It had chili and pimento cheese. Pimento cheese is a big Southern thing. And I gotta say, it was really, really good. It was delicious. So that was cool. And free stuff. Anyway, I'm actually wearing a high. You see the shirt I'm wearing? This is a brewery. Started in Asheville. They have a tasting room in Durham. It's actually bigger than their brewery in Asheville. It's a giant place. Saber's number one with the golden mustard you and green bean made famous. Sabra's is number one with the golden mustard you and green bean made famous. I don't know what that means. Oh, Sabret. Sabret is number one with the golden mustard you and green bean made famous. But what does that have to do with me and green bean? You're losing me. I'm tiring myself out, and I have to go live in a half an hour with this fucking guy. Oh my god. I don't know how I got stuck. I got trapped into like being associated with this guy Dano and this guy Murphy, and oh my god, am I saying this out loud? Am I live? Oh no. Um, but you notice how I'm staying off the jets, right, Dane? I'm saving it all for you, man. Next thing, you have to try his homemade coleslaw on a hot dog. Okay. I will do it, Leah. I will try his coleslaw on a hot dog. I will do it. I have no problem with that. I like coleslaw. I will do it. I will try coleslaw on a hot dog. If it works on a barbecue sandwich, why wouldn't it work on a hot dog? Smoky, salty meat, right? I mean, there's no reason why it wouldn't work. The flavor characteristics are there. You'll go with us, and I'll get it too. Oh, how nice it is to have a daddy that takes you and takes me. I'm lucky to have a brother that takes us to these places. Because when I fly out there, I'm too lazy to drive. But man, he'll just throw us in the car and take us, won't he? It's a wonderful thing. Catch Jeremy in the danger zone. There you go. Advertise that, man. You're a moderator, so you can put links in. You are a moderator, so you have that power and capability. You are welcome to do that as we get closer to the show. Guys, that's the link. Make sure if you go, please subscribe to the channel. It takes no effort to subscribe to the channel when you go there. So if you're watching the show, don't just say, "Oh, I'm going to go watch the show." Subscribe to the Danger Zone. It's nothing but good, folks. It's nothing but good content. They're friendly to everyone. You know what I mean? It's like there's no reason not to support the channel. Anytime you go to someone's channel, if you're watching the show and you like it, subscribe. Hit the sub button, you know? I mean, it's the number one way you can support the channel. Have fun at your next live. Love you, Uncle Trevor. Love you too, honey. You could hit the link and subscribe to the channel and help my friend Jano out, okay? And then even though you can't watch it today, I'm on the show every once in a while. So then when you're subscribed, maybe you'll get the notification and it's another way you could see your uncle. You could see your uncle, and they say good things about me on the show. They say good things about your uncle. It's really cool. Yeah. They have nicknames for me that are really cool. I like them. Oh, Dane, what are you doing, bro? Don't do that. Come on, bro. Shit. I can't highlight it because I'm on my phone. I don't know if I push the button. I don't know if there's any way to highlight it. But Dano, as you can see, just gave me a $20 super chat. I appreciate that, bro. I definitely will have lunch with that money. I'm actually gonna go pick something up later. So, thanks, man. Man, you shouldn't have done. Come on, man. I don't want you doing that. Don't give me money. Come on. I'm very uncomfortable with that. Thank you. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. Danger, you didn't have to do that. I'm happy to promote your channel. I know you didn't have to do it. You're just a super cool dude. Thanks. And I am looking forward to the day we get to do a food review together. If I go out there, you'll take me to some place that you like, that you recommend, and you'll hold the camera and film me, or we'll get somebody else to do it so you could be in the video, however you want to do it. Uh, you know, but we'll definitely do it. All love, brother. F the haters. Yeah. For those of you who don't know, when Dano advertised that I was going to be on his show, there's this guy Tyson Matting, who I think got mad at me once because what happened was I didn't remember when Dano first asked me about him, but now I remember what happened. So everybody knows I most of you know probably that I do a show at Green Bean, a live reaction show. We watch the games together and we react live. Now, we've been over 1,000 viewers. We've been under 200. So let's say we pretty much have about 450 people that watch the game with us. This guy Tyson Manning would watch the game also. Some of you might see him in the chats. So you have to understand that when we're reacting to the game, some Jet fans, when they're getting killed, stay positive. Some Jet fans stay neutral, and some bitch and moan and whine and go to I vary. Sometimes I'm very negative. Sometimes I stay positive. Sometimes I just keep my mouth shut. But the number one thing that you have to understand about us streamers, especially when there's like a lot of people watching, is that whatever your take is or whatever your reaction is, it's never going to be the same as all 400 people. You're never going to say something that all 420 people agree with. Even if you say, I like the Jets, I'm a Jet fan, yay, Jet fans are great. There's 10 people in there, that don't like the Jets, that are just there to troll. So, you know what I mean? So you're never going to satisfy everybody. See, now Tyson Matting wants to accuse me. Thanks, guys. Don't worry about it. You can't do a channel and get lots of subscribers and not have haters. It's just the reality. But what I'm explaining is that no matter what I say, people are going to disagree, and that's fine. Now, the reality is that Dano knows and Murphy knows. I go on these shows all the time, and we have different takes. And if you ask anybody, right, I have never attacked anybody or got upset at anybody or blocked anybody for having a different opinion than me. The only time I've ever attacked anyone or blocked anyone was when they get personal and they attack me. So Tyson Matting thought that it was okay to attack me because he didn't like the way I was reacting to the game. So he attacked me. He didn't say, Jeremy, I disagree with you, or Jeremy, hey, I disagree with I think you're being negative. I think you should be more positive. He didn't say anything like that, or, hey, in my opinion, you shouldn't be that. It wasn't anything like that. He attacked me and called me a name or whatever he said. He said something that was personal and he attacked me. So I probably blocked him or gave him a timeout that lasted 24 hours, so he couldn't comment anymore. So now he's decided to go around telling people that if Chaos disagrees with you, he blocks you, he's soft. And the reality is that and the sad part is what this guy doesn't understand is there's a difference between disagreeing with someone on something or attacking another human being because you disagree with them over a game. And that's why I'm saying I'm not going to hate this guy back. I'm going to assume, now I'm a third, I have this understanding. When somebody is that hateful, that they go around now, and anytime they see your name, they must post something mean about you and try to harm you. That person, instead of being mad at them, feels sorry for them. Because that means that person is very unhappy in their life or has something going on in their life. There's some kind of anger there. And they're taking that anger out on you or out on the person. So I used to get so much more blown up about it and I'd fight and I'm not going to anymore. Like, it's like, okay. It's like, because I don't know the story behind this guy, Tyson Matting. I don't know what happened to him, what his life's been like to make him that way. So instead, I will turn towards him in empathy. Say, whatever it is that happened to you, First, I don't agree that it's okay to take it out on other people, but I understand why you're doing it. It's called transference, counter transference. Maybe you can't face the person who really harms you or hurt you, whatever it is. But I'm gonna be doing some therapy stuff on my channel, man. Jets and therapy combined. Like I'm gonna be doing it because it's like a new thing, like that I love. Um, but you just have to. You just have to. If you find yourself attacking people, snapping at people, mean to people that you don't even know, if you're insulting people, you really got to look inward and say, why am I being like this? Why am I being like this? You just have to really think about it and say, what am I really angry about? Is it that bald guy on a channel talking about a team? Is it that bald guy reacting to the Jet game differently than I am that makes me need to attack him? Or is there something, or is it really something else? So that's just it. So I appreciate everybody defending me and saying that. Um, but I don't want you to worry about it. It's okay. There's no way you could build a channel and have over 4,000 subscribers. There's no way you can go on Jake Asman's show and Green Bean's show and Matt O'Leary's show. There's no way you could do all that and have that kind of audience and not have people who are like that. Because like I said, no matter what I say, there's going to be people who don't like the opinion. There are going to be people who don't agree with it. And it's okay to talk about that in the chat. That's what we're talking about. That's the whole point. To talk about the things we disagree with. You could do that without insulting somebody. Right? And this is a problem with the world right now. You could disagree with someone without attacking them. You could welcome their opinion and consider their perspective. You could respect their perspective. You may even learn from it, and it might help you evolve your perspective. Or you could agree to disagree and then still be like me and Dano, buddies, who have some things we disagree with. We definitely don't agree with every take. Right? Murphy and I, Murphy doesn't, we definitely have differences in our takes. We've never fought. Murphy's never said a mean thing to me. I've never said a mean thing to him. Never. The only person who ever says mean things to me is Green Bean, but he's kind of joking. So Green Bean's the only person who, when I say something he disagrees, he attacks me. But it's really a joke because Green Bean's a Jersey boy, and he has the perspective of, if you're truly somebody's buddy, if you're truly friends, then you have to be allowed to give each other shit. So that's, so there's that goes on. Tony Alexio, you're hysterical. Hank G, Grandizer, Danger Zone, Tony Alexio, my niece Leah. Who else is here? Sith Happens, all you guys. Grandizer, I may have said your name already, but you post so much as I scroll through, I see you. Todd, all you guys, man. Thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting the channel. I appreciate it. Bowling Jet, what's going on, man? I'm going to jump over. I'm going to get ready. I got to prepare right now. Go to the bathroom, set up my background and everything, get my computer going on. Guys, Dane, why don't you put the link back in again one more time? Put the link back in the chat so everybody could see it. Guys, you could go there right now. Right now, go there just to make sure you found the channel, subscribe to it or whatever. Love to have you guys there. About 17 minutes from now, we're gonna be doing the show. Really looking forward to it. It's gonna be a lot of fun, and we'll talk about the Miami game. Congratulations, Grandizer. We'll talk about the Dallas game, I'm sure, coming up. We'll talk about all those things. It'll be all Jets. Thanks for those of you who still watch, even though I'm not even talking about the Jets. You guys just still come and just hang out with me, and it's really cool. Really, really appreciate it. And man, I love doing the channel like this. Just jumping on and hanging out and talking to you guys. It's the best. So see you soon. Yeah, definitely Sith. I'm serious about that, man. I'll be in November. I would love to meet you, man. It's been a great experience. I've made so many really cool friends by doing this. So I would love to, add you to the list and hang out. So take care, everyone. Peace. it's going to take time to